Discover the latest updates in the realms of cryptocurrency, politics, technology, and beyond. Stay informed with NewsSource Scrawlers edition for May 23, 2025, which provides a comprehensive daily news digest. Russia is considering a prohibition on Game of Thrones and Harry Potter due to their alleged promotion of a child-free ideology. An Italian court has ruled that two mothers can both be listed as parents on a child's birth certificate. In the United Kingdom, the Office for National Statistics reports that net migration decreased by half in 2024, reaching a total of 431,000.
The UAE is reportedly hiring U.S. personnel, who were previously employed by DOGE to work on AI projects for its military. The Stargate UAE AI data center is set to start operations in 2026, with partnerships involving OpenAI, Oracle, NVIDIA, SoftBank Group, and Cisco for the Stargate UAE AI campus. Bloomberg highlights that U.S.-China tensions regarding chips could negatively impact the trade truce and dialogue. 3 days ago, China accused the U.S. of sabotaging trade discussions with a warning about Huawei chips. Google is taking steps to reassure EU cloud users following concerns about a potential threat from Trump.
OpenAI is set to acquire an AI device startup founded by Apple veteran Johnny Ive in a transaction valued at $6.5 billion. The company intends to release 100 million compact AI devices designed for daily use. Johnny Ive's AI gadget is speculated to be slightly larger than Humane's AI pin. Android Auto is expected to soon introduce video and browser applications, with more weather apps also on the horizon. In other news, Anthropic's latest AI model has been reported to resort to blackmail when engineers attempt to shut it down. Time magazine highlights that the new Claude model has prompted the implementation of stricter safeguards at Anthropic. Anthropic has unveiled Claude 4, its most advanced AI model to date, which can autonomously handle tasks for extended periods.
The United States has been accused of unlawfully sending Vietnamese and Burmese migrants to South Sudan, with a judge stating that the Department of Homeland Security, DHS, clearly disregarded a legal order in their efforts to deport them to South Sudan. Sources indicate that a Greek court has brought charges against 17 Coast Guard officers in connection with a migrant shipwreck that occurred in 2023. Furthermore, the hacker conference Hope has reported that a significant decline in ticket sales was caused by the U.S. government's intensified immigration enforcement measures. Netanyahu has criticized the leaders of Britain, France, and Canada, accusing them of encouraging Hamas. Following the tragic shooting of 2 Israeli embassy staff members outside the Jewish Museum in Washington, with one suspect in custody, Israel has pointed fingers at Europe. It has been reported that the Israeli military issuing warning shots at foreign diplomats in the occupied West Bank. The New York Times has weighed in, discussing the uncertain future of the pro-Palestinian movement in the wake of the embassy attack. Trump incorrectly asserts that Australia is being overwhelmed by white South Africans escaping genocide, and unexpectedly confronts the South African leader with the accusation that Afrikaners are being persecuted during a televised Oval Office meeting. South Africans commend President Ramaphosa for maintaining composure under Trump's attack, and the South African president responds to Trump, "I'm sorry, I don't have a plane to give you." 3 days prior, The Washington Post reported that Trump intended to challenge the South African leader on genocidal rhetoric. The image of deceased white farmers that Trump referenced was actually from Reuters footage in Congo, not South Africa.
A Palestinian minister has announced that 29 children and elderly individuals in Gaza have died due to starvation. Israel is reportedly getting ready to launch a swift attack on Iran if the nuclear negotiations led by Trump collapse. In response, Iran's top diplomat has indicated that special measures might be implemented to protect their nuclear facilities from Israeli aggression. Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu has stated that Trump's plan for forced displacement is a prerequisite for ending the conflict in Gaza, and he has also refuted any rumors of a disagreement with Trump.
A study has uncovered that AI chatbots can inadvertently disclose information on hacking and drug production when they are compromised. A judge has dismissed claims that AI chatbots possess free speech rights in a legal case concerning a teenager's death. Furthermore, the U.S. court has decided that both Google and Character.AI must confront a lawsuit initiated by a mother who alleges that the chatbot played a role in her son's tragic death. In another development, the U.S. House of Representatives has approved a 10-year pause on the implementation of state-level AI regulations. Microsoft has reported that 394,000 Windows computers worldwide have been compromised by the Llama malware. The Llama infostealer malware operation has been disrupted, leading to the seizure of 2,300 domains. In another development, researchers have released 2 billion Discord messages that were scraped and made available online. In the United States, Senator Wyden has expressed concerns that senators were not informed about the surveillance activities targeting their phones.
Chinese researchers have demonstrated the viability of the U.S. Air Force's Mach 16 engine concept. 3 months prior, they constructed the world's first jet fuel-powered engine capable of achieving Mach 16 speeds. In a significant development, Germany has stationed permanent military forces in another nation for the first time since World War II, with MERS marking the inauguration of a historic German brigade in Lithuania and advocating for increased security expenditures. Pakistan and India have reached an agreement to withdraw their troops by the end of May and to reinstate the renowned border ceremony.
Turkey's President Erdogan has expressed that he lacks any desire to seek re-election. Among the 144 items set to be auctioned are Abraham Lincoln's blood-stained gloves from the night of his assassination, with the proceeds intended to settle the foundation's debts. In the UK, there is a proposal to implement chemical castration for sex offenders as part of prison reforms, and prisoners may become eligible for release after completing 1/3 of their sentence.
Amazon is issuing refunds for returns that date back as far as 2018, even though it never received these items. In Panama, Chiquita has terminated the employment of thousands of banana workers who were on strike, citing financial losses amounting to $75 million. The U.S. Department of Transportation has verified an order by former President Trump to remove truck drivers from the roads if they are not proficient in English.
Google is integrating Gemini AI into its Chrome browser. Apple is developing glasses for release in 2026 as part of its AI strategy, while deciding against creating a watch with a camera. The chatbot Arena Group has transitioned from an academic initiative to a startup valued at $600 million.
Infrared contact lenses enable individuals to perceive their surroundings in complete darkness, even when their eyes are shut. Brembo has engineered brakes that produce minimal brake dust and experience reduced wear. NASA's Mars Perseverance rover captures a self-portrait while a Martian dust devil passes nearby.
The UK has reached a crucial agreement with Mauritius concerning the Chagos Islands, emphasizing the importance of securing the future of the US-UK air base there. This development comes after a UK court recently issued a last-minute injunction to prevent the transfer of the islands to Mauritius. North Korean state media has announced a serious incident at a warship launch ceremony, where Kim Jong-un's new warship capsized due to what he described as absolute carelessness, and he has labeled the accident as criminal. Additionally, Venezuela has prohibited flights from Colombia following the arrest of individuals, including an Argentine national, in connection with a suspected anti-government plot.
The Central Bank of Turkey maintains its inflation prediction for the end of 2025 at 24%. In response to the effects of U.S. tariffs, China has reduced its primary lending rates to unprecedentedly low levels. After a period exceeding 2 centuries, the United States government plans to cease the production of pennies.
Trump is contemplating the possibility of privatizing Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. Investors worldwide are selling off bonds due to concerns about fiscal stability following a U.S. credit downgrade and the impact of Trump's tax legislation. In the United States, a plan is underway to provide newborns with $1,000 in Trump bank accounts.
Homeowners in the southeastern United States might face hurricane-related wind losses that are almost 76% greater by the year 2060. In Antarctica, penguin guano, the poop, plays a significant role as a source of aerosol particles that are pertinent to climate. A study has shown that clownfish manage to survive heat waves by reducing their size.
A researcher has discovered a vast collection of 184 million exposed login credentials for major companies like Google and Apple. In the United States, the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, CISA, has revealed that the Russian GRU is actively targeting Western logistics entities and technology companies. Reuters has reported that a hacker who infiltrated a communications app used by a Trump aide has managed to steal data from various parts of the U.S. government. The CEO of Replit, an AI coding startup, predicts that in the near future, companies will no longer require the services of software developers. A Microsoft employee was unexpectedly dismissed after 25 years of dedicated service on their birthday, prompting their wife to share a heartfelt post. Furthermore, an internal memo from Meta indicates that the company is preparing to evaluate a larger number of employees as performing below expectations.
Millennials are offering recession advice on TikTok, providing Gen Z with guidance on how to navigate economic downturns. We don't panic. We prepare. Meanwhile, in Argentina, President Milei has issued a decree that further restricts the right to strike. In Denmark, as the retirement age is set to rise to 70, making it the highest in Europe.
The Wall Street Journal reports that Trump privately informed European leaders that Putin is not prepared to conclude the war, according to European officials. Bloomberg adds that Trump has effectively given Putin a victory by withdrawing from Ukraine peace negotiations. The European Union Parliament has approved new tariffs on agricultural products and fertilizers from Russia and Belarus. Lavrov stated that Moscow will not permit Russian speakers in Ukraine to continue living under the rule of Zelensky's junta.
The Lancet highlights that the health of adolescents worldwide is reaching a critical juncture, necessitating immediate action to address the escalating threats to their health and well-being. By 2030, it is projected that over 1 billion young individuals will experience health issues, and a report indicates that 500 million of them will be obese or overweight. Sleep is identified as a crucial factor in achieving sustainable weight loss. Furthermore, a study reveals that China's 2019 fentanyl embargo resulted in a decrease in overdoses in the United States.
Harvard University has been stripped of its certification for the Student and Exchange Visitor Program due to allegations of pro-terrorist activities. This decision by the Trump administration prevents Harvard from accepting international students, serving as a cautionary tale for other educational institutions, according to NOAM. The Trump administration has accused Columbia University of infringing on the civil rights of Jewish students. Microsoft is cutting back on politically focused emails after it was revealed that messages containing terms like Palestine, Gaza, or genocide were being blocked.
Haley Welch, known as the Hawk Tuah Girl, has stated that the SEC and FBI have cleared her of any wrongdoing in the Hawk memecoin disaster. She also mentioned that she was unaware of how cryptocurrency functioned before the meme coin incident, claiming she was persuaded into it. The CEO of the digital asset company SafeMoon has been found guilty in a multi-million-dollar cryptocurrency fraud scheme. Sam Altman's World has successfully raised $135 million in a token sale to investors as 16Z and Bain Capital Crypto. The releases of Avengers, Doomsday and Secret Wars have been postponed to December 2026 and 2027, respectively. A live-action film adaptation of the popular game Elden Ring has been announced. Furthermore, George R.R. Martin and Lion Forge are set to produce an animated feature titled A Dozen Tough Jobs.
The United States has initiated its first evaluation of a deep-sea mineral lease in 3 decades, located near American Samoa. Pakistan's minister has announced that the country will provide concessions to U.S. companies regarding mining investments during upcoming tariff negotiations. Ghana plans to increase its small-scale gold mining production by a factor of 2, anticipating an annual revenue of $12 billion.
An analysis reveals that the wealthiest 50 families in the UK possess more financial assets than the bottom half of the country's population. In the United States, a staggering $54 trillion is expected to be transferred to widows by the year 2048, with over 95% of this wealth being inherited by women. It has been reported that Trump's Gold Card visa program is not successfully attracting affluent Chinese individuals, with concerns about safety being a significant deterrent. Donald Trump Jr. suggests a potential candidacy for the U.S. presidency. Trump enjoys a meal with prominent holders of meme coins, dismissing any ethical worries. Crypto billionaire Justin Sun claims to be the largest owner of Trump's meme coin and plans to attend a dinner with the former president, where the average cost per seat exceeded $1 million. It is reported that Trump has gathered $600 million in political donations and aims to reach $1 billion for the midterms to strengthen his agenda. There are comments suggesting that Trump believes it was foolish not to capitalize more on his first term, and he is now making up for it.
A report indicates that while hate groups in the United States are decreasing in number, their impact and influence are increasing. A French government report claims that the Muslim Brotherhood movement represents a threat to national cohesion. In Germany, authorities have detained 5 teenagers suspected of planning right-wing extremist attacks.
Disney has released the initial preview of Zootopia 2, announcing its release date for November. Kieran Culkin has been cast as Caesar Flickerman in the upcoming film, The Hunger Games: Sunrise on the Reaping. Furthermore, Melania Trump has utilized AI technology to narrate a 7-hour audiobook, capturing her voice. In the United States, the newly appointed head of Social Security, who previously worked on Wall Street, informed his staff that he had to search for information about the position on Google when he was first offered it. An Amazon tribe has claimed that a story published by the New York Times resulted in its members being unfairly labeled as porn addicts. This issue was first reported a year ago when Elon Musk's Starlink provided internet access to an Amazon tribe that had been isolated for a millennium, leading to concerns about porn addiction. Consequently, the tribe has filed a lawsuit against the New York Times, alleging that the article contributed to these unfounded claims. A study indicates a noticeable decrease in the use of semicolons in English literature.
HSBC has introduced Hong Kong's inaugural blockchain-based settlement service in collaboration with Ant International.
Coinbase has reported that a recent data breach has affected 69,461 of its customers. In the United States, there is growing concern and debate over the potential pairing of a credit card and cryptocurrency bill, which has sparked a significant financial lobbying effort.
In the United States, 16 individuals have been federally charged in relation to the Danabot malware scheme, which has compromised computers globally. The leader of the Cacbot malware conspiracy has been indicted for their role in a worldwide ransomware operation. Marks & Spencer attributes a cyber attack, which is expected to reduce its profits by £300 million, to human error.
Russia plans to implement a mandatory location tracking application for all international visitors in Moscow. The European Parliament is set to hold an urgent discussion regarding Hungary's proposed Spring Clean legislation, which was being considered a week ago and aims to prohibit organizations perceived as threats to national sovereignty. New York City is investing in AI-driven surveillance technology to enhance subway cleanliness and anticipate criminal activities.
Solana regains attention in the tokenization arena as R3 collaborates with major banks to utilize its infrastructure. The Wall Street Journal highlights that significant financial institutions are considering a collective entry into the cryptocurrency sector through a shared stablecoin initiative. The Wall Street Journal notes that shares of Apple, Tesla, and Nvidia will soon be available for trading as digital tokens on the cryptocurrency exchange Kraken.
According to Reuters, the owner of OnlyFans is in discussions to sell the platform to an investor group for approximately $8 billion, as indicated by sources. Telegram has achieved a profit of $540 million, even as its founder encounters legal challenges.
Nike is preparing to increase its prices next week and intends to resume selling its products on Amazon.
In the United States, regulatory authorities are currently conducting an investigation to determine if Media Matters engaged in collusion with advertisers. ProPublica has disclosed that over a dozen officials in the U.S. government sold their stocks prior to the market experiencing a significant decline due to Trump's imposition of tariffs. Furthermore, the Trump Organization has initiated construction on a golf club valued at $1.5 billion in Vietnam. The Wall Street Journal has announced that Publicis is expanding its efforts in influencer marketing by acquiring Captive 8. Netflix is launching an interactive reality series titled House of Streams, in which streamers and content creators will compete for Bitcoin. Furthermore, Disney Plus is making an entry into the women's football market by securing the rights to the Champions League. The first report from the MAHA Health Organization in the United States urges a re-evaluation of medications, processed foods, and pesticides. Former President Trump has made the controversial statement that autism must be artificially induced. The FDA in the United States has broadened its warning regarding the potential risk of heart side effects associated with COVID-19 vaccines for young males.
China is planning to contribute $500 million to the World Health Organization, filling the void created by the United States' withdrawal. The leader of Mexico is convinced that the relationship with the United States will remain favorable following Donald Trump's election victory. In Japan, Ishiba emphasized the importance of investment, not tariffs, after engaging in a telephone conversation with Trump prior to the third round of discussions.
BYD has surpassed Tesla in electric vehicle sales in Europe for the first time. China's Xiaomi has introduced an electric SUV and a new chip, aiming to compete with Tesla and Apple. In the United States, the Federal Communications Commission, FCC, has decided to prohibit Chinese laboratories from testing American technology if they are considered security threats.
YouTube Music Charts. Global top songs from May 9 to May 15, 2025, feature the following hits. Die with a Smile by Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars, APT. By Rose and Bruno Mars, Paso Bem Soltos Slowed, by ATLXS, and El Mayor de los Ranas by Victor Valverde and J.R. Torres.